What's happening, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football Podcast and welcome to another edition of Five Things. And this is Arsenal in the Emirates versus Tottenham. It was an amazing game. It was a game of Arsenal dominance, and I know a lot of people can see how Arsenal dominates in all phases of the game, and also how spineless and toothless Tottenham is. And this is my 5 things. Let me start with Tottenham because Arsenal won the game. Let me just do a quick bit. They started with 3-4-3 formation, and the 3-4-3 formation is a formation to actually counter Arsenal playing style, and a lot of teams have used that same formation. So on the defense, when they are in the defense transition or in the defensive structure, they go 5-man at the back, 5-4-1, and which they started with that. Tottenham started with that. And when they are going on the offensive transition, you can see them doing the 3-4-3. But it was so sad that Tottenham players are very poor players. They are so poor to the point that they could not even do decent clearouts. They could not even connect pass here and pass there. And you know Arsenal. Arsenal is a team whereby there's a way you play, and Arsenal will always punish you for that same error. It was so sad. And that 3-4-3 on the transition, you can easily be, is to give them more bodies in the midfield. That is what is happening. But still, Arsenal was able to whitewash them in that same midfield role too. So I'm just saying that Tottenham players are really, really bad. And I don't understand why people say, I hear a lot of people coming out say, oh, Tottenham started where the coach has really got it. He did not spend too much time. This coach have a long way to go. Because against Arsenal, it has been exposed. They were all exposed in all arm of game. Now, this 3-4-3 formation will have been what have really quenched Arsenal attacking flows. But they could not get it. Udogie was nowhere to be. Udogie was trying to do so many unnecessary runs and everything. And I felt that it's so terrible. And in this same match too, this will lead me to the next thing. Arsenal noticed that these people building up for the back, they were under pressure. So what did they do? They give them no room to breathe. There was no room to breathe. In that first half, you will see it. How Arsenal, I know Arteta have gave them this instruction. When you lose the ball, go on full press. And it was obvious that the pressing was perfect. Arsenal made it uneasy for them. And you can see the result by how shaky they are in the defense, how all their defense line was totally messed up in this match. And that pressing did not give Tottenham room to think. And as poor as the Tottenham players are, when you give them time to think, that is how they get into the game. But the moment you did not give them room to think, and I think Arteta saw that even against Manchester United, Tottenham, when you don't give Tottenham room to breathe, they tend to not know what to do. So Arsenal gave them no room to breathe, pressure, pressing their spaces, and also pressing their second ball. And that is what Arsenal did again. And I want to say that in as much as Paulinia and Bentancur really tried in the midfield, but they lost the midfield, because what is the essence of the midfield in any game? The essence of the midfield is to connect the defense to the attack. And these people, anytime the ball is given to someone like Kudus or even Udogie, they just misuse it. They hold the ball too much. Tottenham hold the ball too much to the point that Arsenal capitalize on this. Because the more you hold the ball in the game, or in a game like this, a quick passes in transition goes a long way. And when you every team that Arsenal found difficult this season are teams that they are quick on transition. They are quick in deciding which pass to do and how to do them. We can see that against Sunderland. We can see that against other things that have given them difficulty this season. You don't give Arsenal the room to play. And it was obvious that room, Arsenal took it. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is that it is fun to watch Arsenal today. Yes, Tottenham was shitty. Tottenham wasn't there, but I like it when a team capitalize on the opponent's weakness. They capitalize on the opponent's weakness to the point that the coach have to change, Tottenham coach have to change the formation in the second half. He started the 4-3-3. In the second half, he went back to 4-3-3 because that is what the players are comfortable with. He went back to 4-3-3 and they could not do anything. They could not. So Arsenal punished them in their style of play. And I was saying it in the preview, and Rashford said it. When we are doing the preview, he said they are so nonchalant against Chelsea. When the time plays against Chelsea, they were so nonchalant in the way they come out to attack teams, in the way they come out to press teams. Even though you are doing a low block, at least be bold enough to come out and press team. But Tottenham is not doing that. Instead of that, they move sideways, thinking that they are blocking space. And I don't think that's their coach instruction. But Arsenal knows that there is spaces around. And what did they do? And Eze is a player that we always capitalize on that spaces. And we can see the results. Now, the next thing I'm going to say is that the next thing I'm going to say in these 5 things, you should be the 4 things. The next thing I'm going to say is that Arsenal fans, this is what we want week in, week out. But this match should not be a match to say, oh, we are title contenders. Yes, you are title contenders. But this is a match for you to actually think that the smattering teams give you less pressure than settling for corners and set pieces. Now, look at this from this angle. The Tottenham coach said this before the match. He said his formation is player selection is that of, he knows that Arsenal have the area threat. But I saw that Arteta saw this coming. So what did he do? He gave a specific instruction, which I don't know. I'm just thinking from the match I saw that some of the corners were played different. He gave them the specific instruction to capitalize on their weakness, on their spaces. And I wish that Arsenal should do this more in the Premier League. Do it more. Punish team. Punish them. But Tottenham has always been a grant for you guys. Playing against Tottenham has always been a free way of enjoying football. Everybody knows that you are going to beat Tottenham. Everybody knows, because Tottenham, I'm telling you, they are the most indisciplined team in the Premiership right now. In fact, their discipline in games is obvious. So their discipline in games is obvious. So that you will see how indisciplined they are in listening to the coach's instruction and everything. And it is not only under this new coach, under Angel, they did the same thing. Under Moyo, they did the same thing. Under this Spanish coach, Conte, they did the same thing. It shows how the mentality of Tottenham is not set in that level. So Arsenal will always finish Tottenham. So Arsenal fans, don't use this as limited. Take the win. But if other teams come to you and you can do this, it means that the next level, this season, the trophy EPL is surely yours. But stay at your grasp. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is giving some players some accolades. I will say that even though Paulinho was in a losing side, I can surely see his hard works. And a player like Paulinho in that team shows how Premiership, every team in the Premiership, EPL, sorry, have players that stand out. I will say in today's match, I saw what Paulinho did and it was amazing. Now also, I'm going to also talk about the man of the match for me, which is Eze. And I want to say great performance for me. It's not because he scored that trick, but his movement is the way he dictates the pace, the way he translates everything into magic. I will also say no, Eze was the decider in how things went today. Yes, but I'm going to say that without Zubimendi and Rice today orchestrating, pushing some blocks and everything, we will not be singing about Eze, but Eze was amazing today. And today I see the Eze I've been clamoring for a long time. I see the Eze I've been clamoring for a long time. And lastly, I would just say, Arsenal are doing fine now. I've been clamoring for open the goals, and they have given me. I will say this in the end, that the litmus test for a champion is ability to work on your opponent's weakness and use it to your advantage. Tottenham was awful today. Terrible to watch, and so terrible to watch. I would say that. So terrible to watch. But if you now look at it tactically, if a team that is compact enough played against Arsenal, this is not a win shot, played against Arsenal with the same discipline, with the type of discipline that should be, I think the game will not be like this. The Tottenham player did not even understand what the coach is trying to do. The Tottenham player, even in the second half, after the third goal, when they are trying to have a bit of possession here and there, it was because Arsenal gave it to them. So Tottenham have a long way to go. They have a long way to go. So this is my 5 things on this. I believe I talk more about Tottenham because obviously we all know Arsenal will always out now has been always shining in London derbies. So, but I believe that Tottenham should have done better, and I believe that Tottenham is not there yet. They are not there yet, and I love teams are going to capitalize on this weakness on them. But Arsenal should enjoy yourself. And lastly, before I forget, Nkapi was not my first choice for the backline, but I guess Aketa was right on this. He was phenomenal in this match. He was amazing, and I will have to say this and tell people that Arsenal depth is not a scam. Everybody are putting their best, and this depth will change so many things if all of them can be fit. That's one. Number 2, if all of them can bring 100% from the bench. I'm going to say that. And also Trossard too. Amazing game for Trossard. So guys, if you have anything to say about this match, or I did not say some things, there are some things I'm meant to say, but I did not say right now because Arsenal have won. But if you think there are other things I need to talk about in these 5 things, please put it in your comment section. Like, share, and even subscribe. And TikTok, guys, TikTok, this is not the full video. If you want to watch our full video, come to our YouTube channel. This is not the full video, I repeat. Every of our videos have the full version on our YouTube channel. So till we meet again, stay fixed with Vertical Football Podcast. Bye-bye.